Students, in today's video, we shall learn that what is the adjoint of a matrix. So student, see the definition. The adjoint of a square matrix capital A, that is Aij, since it is a square matrix, so the order will be n by n, is defined as the transpose of the matrix capital Aij of order n by n. You have to take the corresponding cofactors and its transpose. Then you will get the adjoint of this matrix small aij. So where capital Aij is the cofactor of the elements small aij. Okay, so adjoint of the matrix capital A is denoted by ADG and A, that is adjoint of A. So student, you remember, whenever you have to find the adjoint of this matrix small aij, you take the corresponding cofactors of every element in the matrix aij and take its transpose. It gives us the adjoint of the given matrix. So let us see. Let we have a matrix A equals to, suppose, A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32 and A33. This is the given matrix. This is the capital A. Therefore, the adjoint of capital A, that is adjoint of A, will be equals to, write A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33 and its transpose. So that is, you will get here, the first row becomes the first column. So A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. So this will be the adjoint of the given matrix, this Aij matrix. Okay, so for example, find adjoint of A. Example, find adjoint of A for matrix is given, that is 2, 3, 1, 4, suppose. Therefore here A11 will be A11, that is minus 1 raised to the power 1 plus 1. It means this is 4, so that will be minus 1 raised to an even number. It means it is 4. A12, cofactor of this minus 1 raised to the power 1 plus 2 into this cofactor of this A12, that is 1, so it will be minus 1. A21 equals to A21, this number, minus 1 raised to the power 2 plus 1 into this is 3, so it comes minus 2 plus 1, that is 3, so it will be minus 3. And A22 equal to minus 1 raised to the power 2 plus 2 into 2, means minus 1 raised to the power 2 plus 2, that is 4, even number, so it is 2. Therefore, adjoint of A, that will be equals to A11, A12, A21, A22 and its transpose. So this is equals to A11 is 4, then you have to take transpose. Okay, let us write the transpose. It will be A11, A12, A21, A22. So that is equals to A11, that is 4, A21, that is -3, then A12 is -1 and A22 is 2. So student, this will be your adjoint of the given matrix. See here, if the matrix is of order 2 by 2, what happens here? Just you observe here. Here 2 and 4 are interchanged. These two numbers are interchanged. Here it is 4, here it is 2, and the sign of these two numbers change. So if you have a matrix A11, A12, A21, A22, then the adjoint of A, that will be equals to, see here, this A22, it will come here, then A11 will come here, and the sign of this will change. That is, this will be minus A12 and this will be minus A21. Okay, in this way, this will interchange and these two numbers will negative and this interchange. So whenever it is asked to find the adjoint of the given matrix of order 2 by 2, so immediately also you can find the adjoint just by interchanging A11 and A22 and by changing the sign of A12 and A21. Okay students, thank you. Okay students, now see theorem on adjoint of a matrix. So what is the theorem? Theorem is, if capital A be any given square matrix of order n, then A into adjoint of A equal to adjoint of A into A equal to determinant of A into I, where this I is the identity matrix of order n. I is also a matrix of order n. Okay, now see the verification. Let capital A is equal to, this is your given matrix, A11, A12, A13, okay, like that. And adjoint will be the transpose of the cofactors of these elements. So that will be A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Okay, since sum of product of element, sum of product of elements of a row or column with corresponding cofactors is equal to determinant of A, and otherwise 0. This we have learned. That is determinant of A. If this is a matrix, then determinant value of this matrix, we know that determinant of A, that is A11 into, you multiply with its cofactor A11 plus A12 into capital A12 plus A13 into capital A13. This gives the value of the determinant of this matrix. Okay, now see, let us take this left hand side. Therefore A into adjoint of A, this will be equals to A means A is A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. This is the given matrix, this A into, take its adjoint. So this will be A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Now take the product of these two. If you take the product here, the first element will be A11, you take the multiplication of two matrices, A11 into capital A11, A12 into capital A12, A13 into capital A13. It will be A11 into capital A11 plus A12 capital A12 plus A13 capital A13. This is the first element. Okay, then first row, second column, use the second element of the first row. So A11 capital A21 plus A12 capital A22 plus A13 capital A23. This is the second element. Then the first row, third column, this will be A11 into capital A31, then A12 capital A32 plus A13 capital A33. So student, these are three elements in the first row. In this way, we can find the others also. Take the second row, A21, second row, first column, A11, A2 plus A22, A12 plus A23, A13. Then second row, second column, so A21 capital A21 plus A22 capital A22. Okay, then plus A23 capital A23. Okay, now second row, third column, A21 capital A31 plus A22 capital A32 plus A23 capital A33. Okay, now third row, first column, A31 capital A11 plus A32, this A32 into capital A12 plus A33, it is small, sorry, small A33 capital A13. Okay, next third row, second column, A31 into capital A21 plus A32 capital A22 plus A33 capital A33. Okay, A33 into capital, also capital 23, it is 23, capital A23. Okay, then third row, first column, now it is third row, third column, so it will be A31 capital A31 plus A32 capital A32 plus A33 capital A33. Okay, so student, you get, this is the value of the determinant according to this. A11, the same row, product of the same elements of the row along with the product with their corresponding cofactors. A11 into capital A11, A12 into capital A12, A13 into capital A13. Whereas this is A11, this is A21. So this becomes 0. This becomes 0. This becomes 0. A11, A31, A21, A11. This also becomes 0. This is not. This is the value of the determinant, and this is the value of the determinant. So we get here determinant of A 0, 0, then again 0, determinant of A 0, here 0, 0, determinant of A. Now we know that we can take the common from the matrix, common to all the elements. So that will be equals to determinant of A. That is equals to determinant of A into 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. So that is determinant of A into I. So A into adjoint of A is equal to determinant of A into I. And similarly we can prove adjoint of A into A is also equals to determinant of A into I. So in this way we can prove. Student, now come to another definition, that is singular matrix. What is singular matrix? See here, a square matrix capital A is said to be singular if determinant of A is equals to 0. If any matrix is given and if the value of the determinant of that matrix comes 0, then we can say the given matrix is singular matrix. For example, see here, let A is equal to 1, 2, 4, 8. Take the determinant of this matrix. Determinant of A is equal to 1, 2, 4, 8. So 1 into 8, that is 8. 2 into 4, that is 8. 8 minus 8, that is 0. Since the determinant of A is equal to 0, therefore this given matrix A is a singular matrix. Okay. And second definition, a square matrix capital A is said to be non-singular if determinant of A is not equal to 0. Let A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So determinant of A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 determinant. So 1 into 4, that is 4. 3 into 2, that is 6. That is minus 2, which is not equals to 0. Since determinant of A is not equal to 0, therefore this matrix A is a non-singular matrix. This is very, very important for finding the inverse of the matrix, and also while solving the simultaneous linear equations in 3 variables also by matrix method. So remember this, what is singular matrix and non-singular matrix. Similarly, there is another theorem. As the first theorem we have already proved that if A be given square matrix of order n, then A into adjoint of A is equal to adjoint of A into A is equal to determinant of A into I. This was the first theorem. Now second theorem. If A and B are any two matrices A, but it should be non-singular. If capital A and capital B are any two non-singular. Non-singular means determinant of A should not be 0, determinant of B also should not be 0. Matrices of the same order. Order should be same. Remember, order should be same and both should be non-singular. Then AB and BA, product of A and B and product of B into A also, and BA, both are also non-singular. AB and BA are also non-singular. So the product of this AB will also be not equal to 0. This product will also be not equal to 0. If A and B are any two non-singular matrices, means determinant of A is not equal to 0, determinant of B is also not equal to 0, then the product of then the determinant of A and B, that will not also be equal to 0, and determinant of B and B into A will not also be equals to 0. Okay, so you remember this theorem. And one theorem number 3, what are non-singular matrices of same order. Okay, one more theorem is there. You have to remember this theorem. Only statements are there. Only statements. The determinant of the product of matrices. The determinant of the product of matrices is equal to product of their respective determinants. Okay, that is product of determinant A and B can be written as determinant of A into determinant of B, where capital A and capital B are square matrices of the same order. So you remember, students, that if A and B are square matrices of the same order, then the determinant of product of A into B can be written as determinant of A into determinant of B. So this is theorem number 3. This was theorem number 2. If A and B are any two non-singular matrices, the A into B is also non-singular, B into A is also non-singular. And first theorem we have studied that A into adjoint of A is equal to adjoint of A into A, that is equal to determinant of A into I. So these are 3 theorems. Now one more result is there. See the result. What is that result? Okay. See, if capital A is a non-singular matrix, capital A is a non-singular means determinant of A is not equal to 0. Non-singular matrix of order m, suppose. Then you have to prove that then adjoint of A, this matrix A, that is equals to determinant of A raised to the power n minus 1. This is the result. Many times there may be MCQ type questions or short answer questions also in the examination. Try to find by using this. Sometimes they ask to find n or the order of the matrix. Okay, so we can see the proof of this. Students, we know that as per the first theorem, adjoint of A into A is equals to determinant of A into I, right? Therefore I can write this as, therefore taking you take this is the determinant, so that will be equals to the matrix I can write this in the matrix. This is matrix A and determinant of A. So it will be determinant of A means determinant of A 0 0. In first theorem we have proved this determinant of A 0 0 0 determinant of A. How I have written this? This is the matrix. I can take determinant of A common from all the elements. So it will be determinant of A into this I. So it will be I means identity matrix. So determinant of A into I, again it gives determinant of A simply. So into or I otherwise or you may this multiply also. You can write this. Suppose it is a matrix of order 3 by 3. So determinant of A into, I am writing here 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. This is your I. Now multiplying determinant of A into 1, that is determinant of A plus determinant of into 0 0 determinant of into 0 0. Then first second. So this will be 0 and you multiply this 0 0 the determinant of A to be 0 0 0 determinant of A. In this way we can multiply this. Directly you can multiply this matrix because determinant of A, this is the common to this identity matrix. If it will go in the matrix, it will multiply to every element of the matrix. So 1 into this 1 into this 1 into this determinant of A. Okay, now here students, I am taking here left hand side was adjoint of A into A. I am taking determinant of both the sides. So you write this left hand side adjoint of A into A, taking determinant both the sides. So this will be in determinant simply A determinant of A 0 0 0 determinant of A 0 0 0 determinant of A determinant. Okay, so it will be in this matrix and its determinant. So it will be now taking common from this, you take the common, so it will be determinant of A whole cube, taking determinant of A from this row, determinant of A from this row and determinant of A from this column, taking common determinant of A from this determinant, so you will be determinant of A whole cube into, this is 1 simply 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 in this way. Okay, now we know that if A and B are non-singular matrix, then A into B and B into A are also non-singular, and we can write A into B is equal to B into A also. Therefore adjoint of A and its determinant into determinant of A equals to A cube into, I can write this as I into I. Okay, so here adjoint of A and its determinant is equal, this is determinant of A, this is determinant of A whole cube, so it will be determinant of A whole square into I. Okay, so student, here the matrix was of order 3 by 3. It was of order 3 by 3, whereas here the power of determinant of A is less than 1. So we can write, if the order of the matrix is n, then here determinant of A power will be n minus 1 less than the power order of the matrix. So in this way, students, we can prove this result. Determinant of adjoint of A equals to determinant of A raised to the power 2 into I, or if A is a matrix of order, if A is a matrix of order n, then determinant of adjoint of A will be equal to determinant of a raised to the power n minus 1 into I. No need to write I because this is determinant, so it will be determinant of a raised to the power n minus 1. So you remember this one more result also. Okay student, thank you.